Welcome back. We are here at the headquarters for the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen, and joining me now is one of the League's artists, Kathleen Dustin. Welcome.
Hi, nice to be here.
It's wonderful to have you.
Thanks.
Tell us about what your work entails.
I work in polymer clay, which is a fairly new material, and actually I started working with it about 28 years ago. My background is ceramics. I have an MFA in ceramics. But I moved into polymer at a time when it was only a hobby modeling compound.
Sure.
Comes in lots of colors and you bake it in an oven, and
Sure.
people traditionally made little tchotchkes and little food for doll houses.
Right.
And I and a small handful of others in the US in the late 80s started trying to do something a little more artistic at a higher level. But we had no techniques to build on, because not like in ceramics where there are thousands of years of legacy techniques. So we had to pretty much look at other media and develop our own techniques.
Wow.
And pretty much invent our own techniques.
So you were one of the pioneers in that particular industry.
Yeah, in the United States. And now it's exploding in Europe, which is really great, because I get invitations to go there and teach.
Wonderful. That's not so bad.
Yeah, no, it's really pretty wonderful. So anyway, it's a pretty remarkable material because you're working with color in your hands, unlike any other medium where even hot glass where you have color, you're working with it with tools.
Right.
Ceramics, you're putting a glaze on the surface.
Right.
So you're actually sculpting and modeling color in your hands. And so I have to think about the colors before I even start building it.
Right, there's no painting on top of it.
Exactly.
It is what it is, yeah.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about your necklace, because it looks to be beach stone, but it's not.
Well, that's another remarkable thing about this material, is it can look like anything. And these are polymer beach stones. I actually have a collection of beach stones from Maine and the Great Lakes, and I started looking at them one day and I thought, I could make this. And so now I look at those stones and reproduce them in polymer. And the advantage of this is that it's very lightweight and easy.
Right, that would be
wear.
a heavy necklace if it was really made of stone. I love that the button is part of the clasp is part of the design.
Right. And now the wood is real wood. It's New Hampshire mountain laurel. It's done by my cousin Dan Dustin, who makes wooden spoons. And he has pieces left over that for whatever reason he can't use it for a spoon. One day I was in his studio and I saw all these extra things, and I said, oh, I could make a necklace out of that. And he thinks spoons, he doesn't think jewelry.
Right.
So anyway, we've been collaborating now for probably 10 years, doing lots of different sorts of jewelry.
That is really pretty. Now, what else do you produce besides jewelry?
I do art jewelry and I make evening bags.
Oh, neat.
And they're a hard shell sculpture, sort of an evening bag, that are one of a kind. And it's the kind of thing, you know, you use once or twice a year. Then you put it on your dresser or in a cabinet when you're not wearing it. But I've done, my previous series were pods and flowers, and so it looks like you're holding on your wrist a large flower bud of a rose or something like that. Yeah.
That's a one of a kind. That's what we love about the Craftsman's League.
Yeah, that's the thing about fine craft, is we do things perhaps in like a limited edition of 5 or 10, but you're making each one by hand.
There's a variance in each one.
Exactly, exactly. So I think in the United States today, well, fine craft shows, some fine craft shows the craftsmen aren't making as much money as they did, say, in the 90s or the early 2000s. Part of that is because I think young people today don't have the money to purchase, but also they're buying smartphones and iPads and spending, it's a very
It's true.
expensive.
We've gone very electronic.
Yes, but I do think that at some point they will start to really feel a hunger for the handmade. And so I'm happy to be in that field.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. So interesting to learn about your craft, and your website is right up on our screen. So if anyone's interested in taking more look at your work or ordering some commission work, it's right there. Best wishes with
Thank
your
you.
craft, and thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for bringing your art to New Hampshire.
Thank you very much.
To check out more videos like this one, click here. And to find our YCN news, click here. You can find out more information about our guest today and find a link to the full show in the description below. With new videos every week, be sure you subscribe to our channel and keep up with everything that's going on in the Kearsarge region. Thanks for watching the Kearsarge Chronicle.